Warning: the following video contains content related to genocide and historical violence, which some viewers might find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to day 7 of our epic Namibian tour. Yesterday, we arrived in Swakopmund after a long but stunning drive through the desert. Today, we are exploring the coastal town of Swakopmund and taking a deep dive in the sobering chapter of Namibia's past. We've got a full day to explore. Let's go. We started our day with breakfast at Amarachi Guesthouse, our cozy base here in Swakopmund. After spending days completely off-grid in some of the remotest parts of Namibia with no signal and no SIM cards, we finally made our way to the mall to grab some SIM cards and a few essentials. The next mission was to try and get our laundry done. It's easier said than done. We tried to find a laundromat but had no luck. Just one of those travel days where things don't go as planned. From there, we shifted gears and decided to go visit a powerful and emotional place. We decided to go visit a local legend who goes by the name Laidlaw Peringanda. Laidlaw runs a non-profit organization called the Swakopmund Genocide Museum, which educates visitors about the heartbreaking history of the genocide of the indigenous Herero and Nama people by the German colonial government. Laidlaw's grandmother was a survivor of the concentration camps, and she shared with him stories that were both horrifying and deeply moving.
Okay, my name is Laidlaw Peringanda, and I'm the director of the Swakopmund Genocide Museum. It's a registered company, and I'm a post-colonial activist. The reason why I started this museum, my great-grandmother, she was a slave here in Swakopmund. So around 80,000 heroes were killed by the Germans and 20,000 Namas. And survivors were brought to the Swakopmund concentration camps. You can see even small children from 7 years old upwards were having chains around their neck, and even women also. And some of the prisoners were taken to Cameroon. This picture was taken in Cameroon. The Nama people were taken to Cameroon, and then heroes were taken to Togo. And those ones that wanted to escape, their heads were decapitated. And my great-grandmother, actually, she was also forced to boil some of their heads, and then she was scraping them off of the pieces of broken glasses. And some of those skulls, they were packed in boxes and taken to Germany. These are very famous postcards of soldiers packing skulls. But we have an actual photograph of soldier packing skulls in Swakopmund. Like these 787 skulls came back from Germany. So last year in December and November, I was in Germany, and I found quite a few Namibian human remains skulls. So we want this memorial to be removed. It is in downtown. It is commemorating German soldiers that killed our people.
Yeah.
So if you have time, you must also go and see this unmarked grave in town.
Oh, okay.
And then, so we defaces a statue of red paint. It signifies the blood of our ancestors, because every year the German community used to commemorate in front of this memorial. And this is Nama and Herero activist. And we removed this memorial. We didn't like the inscription, "Who perished under mysterious circumstances at the realm of the German colonial masters in concentration camps in Swakopmund." So our argument was our people didn't die under mysterious circumstances. So this inscription was chosen by the Germans. So this is a new revised script chosen by our people.
Nice.
So it was put 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So most of these skulls are still in Germany.
Oh,
all these skulls,
sure.
You can even see, this is actually the lighthouse. The lighthouse, you can see women are inside of the concentration camp. Here there's now a Strand Hotel. This is a Swakopmund Museum. It used to be a warehouse. You can see here the railway track here and the railway car. So the Herero women were pulling the railway carts for the rope,
Yeah.
You can see there in between the tracks. So these pictures was taken in Swakopmund.
Oh. Yeah. So has there been any reparations ever since?
So for now, there's only a reparation discussion with the Namibian government and German government, but the genocide affected community, we filed a lawsuit that didn't include us.
Yeah.
So even also that the joint regulation doesn't mention our people that were taken to Toko and Cameroon or some of those who that fled to Botswana.
The Namibian genocide happened from 1904 to 1908, which makes it one of the first, if not the very first genocide of the 20th century. It started when the German military commander Lothar von Trotha issued an extermination order against the Herero and the Nama people after they resisted the German colonial rule. Those who escaped were driven into the desert, where many of them died of thirst and starvation. The wells were poisoned or guarded to prevent access to fresh drinking water. Those who were caught or survived were sent to camps like Shark Island in Ludritz, where they suffered forced labor, malnutrition, and scientific experiments. It is estimated that 80% of the Herero population and 50% of the Nama population was wiped out. The Namibian genocide had devastating consequences. The survivors were left without land or livestock, and they were enslaved or they fled. They lost their cultural heritage with deep trauma and long-term marginalization. We visited the unmarked graves of some of the victims, a silent, haunting reminder of a tragic past that still echoes today. It was a heavy moment, but an important one. It's tough to process how human beings could actually treat fellow human beings like this. Although it happened, they say, over 100 years ago, you can still feel the heaviness in this place. People suffered and can't even begin to imagine what they experienced. I really hope their descendants get the justice that they deserve and the recognition they deserve. After that emotional roller coaster of a session, we decided to cheer ourselves up a bit and took some time to explore more of Swakopmund. The town has this blend of German colonial architecture and vibrant Namibian culture, really unique and full of character. In the afternoon, we kicked the energy up a notch and headed to Desert Explorers for some classic Namibian fun. Camel riding and quad biking through the desert dunes. What was interesting was observing how the camels had different personalities, just like humans. Like Cindy, who was very stubborn and didn't want to be told what to do.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Once we put them on the camels, we're sitting on the back seat.
Or Mohammed, who had quite an appetite everywhere he went. Hi, why you? Oh, that's by the bush.
Chop, chop, chop. That's right.
Yeah, you are like me. I also snack on the way. After the chilled camel ride, we decided to jump on the quad bikes and head further into the desert. It was such a thrill riding through the sand with the wind on our faces and the dunes stretching as far as the eyes could see. As the sun began to set, we made our way back to one of our favorite spots, Tandakie's kitchen, for one last traditional Namibian meal before leaving Swakopmund. Perfect way to wrap up a day filled with reflection, adventure, and culture. Today, Swakopmund gave us a mix of history, emotion, and adrenaline, and it's definitely a day we'll never forget. Tomorrow, we're hitting the road again, and this time heading to Swakopmund, where we meet one of Namibia's famous tribes, the amazing Himba people. Thanks a lot for watching. See you there.